Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. We are one-on-one live from Migori town here. It has been a Krakatuing moment, and sweating here and west and side. Everything is so fantastic. As we are here, we have the one and only. My friend, introduce yourself. Or everything is not running very fantastic. And he's the scars here just guys, everything is so fantastic. Here we are, and it's one-on-one. I've just come out of the prison one-on-one. And to the real fact of the time, we have been struggling and making it happen because it has been so Krakatuing and so hectic until this kind of the evening. We have just get this kind of our boy out to make sure that he's just surviving outside here with an immediate effect. And it's just a pleasure to everyone who's being placed and making sure that we're just playing this kind of the game one and one. And we just talk about pleasure. We have the father is just beside me to make sure that he's just driving besides us to make sure that everything is so fantastic. I think it's very, very califragistically good, feeling so okay. And we have just got a very Krakatuing moment. Let's talk about from early in the morning, very early in the morning, we have been making sure that we are struggling to make it happen until the courtroom, until everything up to date, up to right now here in the evening around 17. We are now coming out of the prisons to make sure that Mayani is got out. Say hi, man. No more. Hey, guys, pleasure, and I really respect everyone. And I talk about it's our pleasure and our very good moment that we have just played and to make sure that he's out. And it has not been easy for how much of the people might be talking about, into this way. We have so many protocols to follow, so many arrests to follow, and so many papers to sign before he could just come out the way you can just see him here. So when he was coming out, we're going to be having much of the stories to tell, how the area is, how everything is running, because it's so Krakatuing. And I could not even believe, because he's the only person that we have just got very much fantastic with an immediate effect. If it could not be much of the support and also encouragement from much of the people, I say that it could be a very, very hard case for us and a very, very hard moment for us to get him out the way we are getting him out right now here. So what I can just say is a pleasure and a pleading. We're going to be making sure that whenever we can reach to the segment, we're going to be making sure that we are pleading to everyone. Whoever we have just wronged, sorry about that. Everyone who is just making sure that you are part of us, thank you very much also. And we're going to be making sure that everything is coming to you one-on-one live. And still we have much of the things to entitle and make sure that we are processing for us to get a very full confidential of the other case that is still pending into the DCI. And it's just because of some jealousy, and I don't know how I can just express myself, because so bad. When you see somebody has got you to the cell, has got you to the prison, that person is not further than a person who can kill you. That's the real fact. Because even how we are just being told, you sit there, this is so much names to Mayani, so much things that you can just not entitle to a human being. But we are accepting it, say that yeah, he's our people, he's our guy, and we have to go with him at home. And the real fact, guys, I want to tell you this as a fact. When the court session was ongoing, and we had very much things ongoing, there's a Mzungu who sent a person who is representing child rights. And when everything was being processed and we were processing to get the bond be signed so we can just have the prosecutor, this guy raised the hand and was talking about, there's a person called Brian Marwa Mayani, and I've been sent here so as he can just make sure that he's not getting the bond. But for the good fact, and the good is with us, we had already processed everything and we had been signed. And he was told that you are so late, and the case had got to us, and that we're going to be getting him out to that kind of the affidavit point. What I can say is much of the people, they have tried it, but I have also made sure that using Judas Iscariot's technique. Everything is happening. Everything is good until we have him here. Keep tuned, guys. We are just rushing back home so we can just be neat a little bit and make sure that we are going to be purchasing much of the clothing here. And we have the clothing and going to be talking about everything going to be so fantastic as we go. So everything is getting to you and everything is coming to you live. It's one-on-one. Keep tuned. Guys, it's now we have democratized back home to make sure that everything is so fantastic here. And I'm going to be congratulating the team first before I just go on. Because I've been with my friend here since early in the morning. How are you, my friend?
Fine, fine.
Everything is good?
It's good.
It was very early in the morning. We just democratized and make sure that we are just leaving to go and get Mayan out first. We started with the court to talk about is it called what? Judiciary service.
Judiciary service.
Exactly. And we just democratized here. So it's my friend here making sure that everything is so fantastic here. I have another gentleman here. Hey bro, what's up, man?
I'm good.
Everything is good?
Everything is
Since
fantastic.
The first day we ever met, talking about we went from all the processes. Talk about from the day Mayan was being arrested up to date.
Yeah.
And we have just democratized to make sure that everything is just kept holded with an immediate effect. I'm going to be giving you much of the thanks to everyone who are being tuned and locked in to make sure that we are just making everything to come out very fantastic. And keep it tuned, keep it locked here, and everything going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. We congratulate everyone who has been part of the team. And we talk about this is the real team we talk about, and we have just made it happen. It's because Fundi Duke went for a burial ceremony to talk about, how is he called? Went for a friend's burial ceremony in Kisii town, so he could not be available by today. That's why we are not having him. That's why we exchanged the position to make sure that my brother here is the one who is having much of that time to ride us and get us to this kind of the brim point. With him is called, you have introduce yourself, man. We're going to be growing your channel because we have struggled. And from the first day, you can just remember, up to date, we are ever together, and he's riding us. He was even the one who was talking about, we have to go to the court session. After there, they were talking about the bonding. He had to return the father home, take much of the title deeds and whatever he could just pick and get him back. And we were just there to make sure that we are ever together, and even to make sure that we are just giving out much of the things. Talk about much of the things like morale, motivation to Mayan here, so he can just make sure that he's getting much of the people and the team. So we have the father is here also, and to make sure that everything's so good. Sir, how are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Everything is good now?
Yeah.
So you're now feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
So we have got him out, and we are ever together to make sure that we are ever performing the same with him, and I've not left him behind, because everything was him to process, but I was just there to make sure that I'm qualifying and make sure that everything is going systematic. Whenever Gintu is onto the spot, everything will go systematic the way we want it to go, and you can just ask the man here to make sure that there's nothing we have just got wrong and to the way, and it's only that to make sure that we are surviving. So right now what I can just tell you is keep cool and make it happen. Let's talk. Don't talk to anyone that, you know, this and then this, let it be your own secret. Whatever we have just done, and that's why I always say that people who are far away from you are the people who will help you, rather than the people who are unto your family. I think you have just seen it, because from your whole family, I've not seen anyone today. So you can just talk about A, B, C, D. But where I'm coming from, so far away. But we have just made it, and Gintu, whenever I talk about, we're going to be making it. There's no hesitation, there's no postquandament, there's no alternatively things that, Gintu cannot do this, Gintu cannot do that one. We have to go forward to the straight point. Thank you very much. So go and relax. Go relax. Exactly. So we are with the gentleman here. Before you just get to make sure that don't enter with this kind of the clothes there.
That?
Because sasa kuna maji hapo. Amanche hayo gare. Ma, amanche hayo gare. Tamutorambe isiko kwa mahindi. Yeah. So guys, as we are just continuing this kind of the vibe right now to make sure that everything is just coming to you live one-on-one here. So as we just iteratively talk about it. So don't go with this kind of the talk about the clothing inside. Make sure that your father going to be putting water outside there. Shower first before you just incite yourself inside there. So I know right now you have some of the misconducts of, or talk about the security that is always making sure that everything is so fun. They are eating you. up to now. So those kind of the security panel, and whenever you kill them while you are in the custody, you're gonna be facing a very criminal offense. Killing them, it's like killing the police officer or killing the guards. The soldiers. They are called the soldiers. So right now, I think you're now feeling not comfortable, man. Go first shower, then relax yourself, then call me. I'm just going.
The phone.
Oh, the problem is a phone. So right now, before we're wasting much of the time, you're going to be telling us more about the stories. And much of the people are just waiting for you to talk about, oh, it was this way, it was no talk about it. And they're going to be talking about, oh, now we have just got them and we're no. Those kind of the blah, 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 blah are going to be controlling everything, how you're going to be getting and how it's going to be coming out. And whoever wants to talk about it, you're going to be controlling the system. So go shower, go get a shower, change the clothes. I'm in town here. Or I will be waiting for you here. We are still here because we have waited for 3 more days here. So what about some 2 minutes here? Go shower, my friend. Don't you worry here, and we will start talking about scrubbing some cucumbers here. And we will be again talking about, oh, even may have to reiteratively talk about it. So guys, what I can just talk about is we have made it happen, and for everyone who's being in touch with us and making sure that we're going to be supporting us to have it, to make him come out. It has been a long way, and we have been a long waited day, and it has come the reality. The show has been so performed here. As we just go back to our friend here, so they can just tell us and we can just promote even your bike, my friend, because we have done it. And I'm going to be talking about, for the people who can just be promoted, talking about, oh, we have just made it sure for Mayani to come out. What's your name, bro?
My name is Rioba Laban.
Rioba Laban.
Yeah.
Just you can just let me be in this kind of the side so I can just see you very fantastic, and I can host you. So the real fact is during when even me I was being chased, you can just remember it was part of the program talking about I was being alleged that, oh, they are working with Gintu, you can just take them, oh, such kind of the blah 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 illusions. And right today again we are just together because we trust and we make it happen. And that's why I always talk about we really make it happen despite the challenges, despite the accusations, despite the pogroms, despite the imbroglio. Everything has to go round one-on-one here. So support and thank you very much, bro.
Yeah.
Wagwan.
Yeah,
Those are
wagwan,
my five shillings here, and they're gonna be making sure that everything is just progressing very awesome. And may God bless you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It has not been easy. Not everyone we can talk about, oh, we have just gone there, oh, it was this way, it was that way, oh, they are getting this way. But I have a team that is shh.
How can you reveal the secret out? You can't.
They're there.
Some of them, but
Yeah. They're lunatic psychopaths, demagogues outside there. I'm telling you that as a fact. And they can make it. If for your fact, just get it from me. They can make it. And they'll talk about, it has taken this way, it has gone that way, it has done this. And, oh, guys, you know, you understand, hey, this is how it was, until we get to this kind of the brim point here. But don't worry about it. Everything is us and us here. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So when I go back to my friend here again, introduce yourself, bro.
This is Masara 001.
Exactly.
Go and check me at Masara 001.
Yeah, man.
And also here our friend here, Gintu.
Exactly.
It's Gintu.
Masare is M-A-S-E. Masare. Or M-A-S-A-R-E.
001.
Exactly. Masare 001. M-A-S-A-R-E. And 001, and you can just get it one-on-one. How many subscribers right now, man?
By now I have 288.
288. And is part of the program. And I like people who can just talk about there are people who can just go with them. Whenever you are sitting, guys, sitting is more than action. I tell you that as a fact. Because when we went to the court session there, talk about the judiciary, we sat more than 5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours. No.
5 hours.
Than 5 hours.
More than 5 hours.
Yeah.
From early in the morning 7 until 12. Such kind of the hours. And they were waiting for us to make sure that we are just processing everything and we make it happen. And from there again, we had to rush from Kehancha to Migori prisons, which is approximately 45 kilometers. and we had to rush with an immediate speed until we have just reached this kind of the brim point.
Yeah.
So what I can just tell you is, even me, I'm just hearing some of the things here Scrub is having. I might be defected in much of the things here. Even me from here, I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to get my shower. Exactly. That will be the first, the fantastic module.
Yeah.
So to the real fact is, I'm getting this kind of the way talking about I've not been tired until we have made it happen, because much of the people talk about, oh, it's no longer unto my, much of the people talk about, no, we are not related, you understand? And to the real fact I'm telling you is, we have much of the things that will ever come to us here, and we'll ever talk them very fantastic the way they are. And I appreciate much of the people are being tuned here to make sure that we are ever moving forward from one position to another. Let me go and shower and we get another point so that we can just make sure that everything is going very fantastic. I'm just heading home there to make sure that I'm getting some 2-3 things that are going to be handled there at home, because we have democratized with it's going to be called the plastering, and I want to check on where they have just reached and where we are just heading to make sure that we are catapuming and catappointing the point of intersection where the point has to be pinpointed. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Back again to the same region. Guys are back again, because I told you that we're going to be making sure that Mayan is getting some shower here and there. Now he has democratized as him. How do you feel right now, man? How do you feel the air of here? The air of freedom.
Actually, people who are have freedom, they are lucky.
They are lucky.
Yeah.
So, and to the real fact of the time is, are you hurt muchly?
It's just some rush. And,
Yeah, you have to make sure that yes. Have you eaten something, man?
No.
You have not eaten, but you had eaten supper already.
Yeah, I ate the supper. Yeah.
So right now your stomach is full.
No.
Huh?
No.
Which kind of the food? Is it the food that I was even, because when I was in high school, I was ever told that, hey, move. I talked about, no, Tata, please add me something. No, move. That's enough to make some feces. Is that the same?
My friend, there, do you know one branch of Sukuma wiki?
Oh.
You eat 2 people, 1 branch of
a branch or a leaf?
Yeah, a leaf.
A leaf of a Sukuma wiki, you eat 2 people.
Two people. And the ugali is just like, you can just put in the hand.
In the palm?
Yeah, in the palm. Just a small.
A small one.
Even to eat, you cannot eat if you have not been there for long. If you are new there, you will be struggling, because the ugali have some flour. They are not mixing good.
Oh, they have not cooked it good.
Yeah, so
it has some flour.
Yeah, if you take like this, you are eating ugali plus flour, and the ugali is not.
So is that, Kel, meaning that you are sharing the plates, or or you are having different sharing places? Talk about the plate and the plates. Are you sharing the same plate, or everyone has his?
You know, if you go inside the prison, you have to have some money so that you can be buying a cheriton, like a drum. It's like a small drum. There is no akuna sahani.
Oh, there's no plate there.
No plate.
So what? Jerrycan.
Yeah, this kind of a jerrycan.
Jerrycan 20 liters.
But the small one.
The small
like
one.
1 liter.
So how much do you buy it?
50 bob.
50 bob.
Yeah,
did you have the money?
No.
How did you survive?
I found someone who is from Nabuhans. I was eating with him, so we were going to serve. When he served, he said we are 2. So we are being put
2 ugalis.
2 ugalis and 1 skuma. So
1 leaf of a skuma, which is a kales.
Yeah, we cut.
So the soup?
Hey, you cannot drink the soup. You will be.
Why?
Because the soup has magadi, and the magadi is bad if you.
Magadi is yeast.
Yeah.
So how do you eat? So it means that you take a leaf of a skuma. Talk about the kale, then you just remove some small of it. Then you take ugali and pinch ugali.
Yeah.
Put the leaf and make sure that everything is going.
In short, you eat only ugali, because if you take that leaf, you will just once. Now you'll be taking ugali insecting inside the mchuzi, then you just eat.
So when they're just putting yeast, it means that the skuma is so hard, or?
No, you know there is men, and magadi is reduces some
reducing the stimuli of
the
male functionality.
exactly.
So yeast reduces that kind of the stimuli.
Yeah.
So that's why they're using magadi.
Even the cucumber, it cannot wake up.
Yeah, it cannot wake up.
So like me, have to eat some good food
Right
so that,
now.
so
Again, it wake up. Or
Yeah.
what do you mean that?
yeah.
Again, it wake up, then you go where?
For now, it cannot wake up because I have.
So you want it to wake up and go where?
Huh? You know,
Let it stay that way
no.
for a period of.
No.
For
It's
a period
bad
of.
because I'm.
No,
I'm
you'll just-
removing a urine that is bad, like red.
Or red.
Yeah.
So you have a problem. You have to visit the doctors. So you can just be. It's just of 2 days here, and we are just talking about things gonna be getting. You understand how the things gonna be. So in short, is that guys, I was ever talking about when you see somebody has just even take you to the court or can just take you to the prison, it means that that kind of a person doesn't need you completely. That
Can
kind of a
kill
person is like a person who can just delete you completely. It's only a mean of deletion. It could not be available. That's why you see much of the things are happening. And to the real fact right now, I think you have even seen whoever is with you and whoever is not with you.
My friend.
So from right now, you're gonna be getting you're gonna be getting a rest and sleep,
Yeah.
understand. And you have to really understand. Much of the friends that you have are of your pocket.
Exactly.
They only determine that you have a pocket demand is this way. Why do you see much of the people fear me and much of the people don't like me? It's because I don't have that kind of a trend. That all because my money brings me to shenanigans. That all because I have money, much of the people will ever surround me. No. That one, it can never ring unto my own hand. So to the real fact now, you can now understand. Whoever you are now sharing with and you are telling much of your secrets. Because they're going to be coming for you, the same person.
Exactly.
So the fact
I have
is,
witnessed myself.
guys, I've used like 600 to 700 US dollars for you to be here. That is the real fact. I'm telling you that as a fact. Because I was having one of the person I told you. There was a father who was there, came to take his own son. And I asked about what have you put there as a bond? Talked about is a title deed. I asked about for how long has your son got into the prison? Talking about he's there for a period of 2 months. So when did you start processing this kind of a bond? Talked about 1 month ago. And why didn't it appear to be a finished product so as you can just go and remove him out and release him from the prison? Talked about I've ever been this way, come this day, go this way, a holiday is there, a weekend is there. Go that way, whenever I come, go survey, from survey, they don't come, again I have to go back, come with them, they ask for tea, I don't have anything, they just talk about, okay, your case, come to the other day. So he has ever been into these scenarios for a full month. Up to date, we have just talked about I've ever walked, and he was ever telling me that I'm walking for several kilometers for him to reach even to Kehancha. And from Kehancha, I was the one who paid for him the transport money for him to get to the Migori prisons. And from Migori prisons, he could just go back with their own. And I was the one providing for them. Even he just waited for me and told me that one day I'll visit you in Nyabohansa. I talked about, no, that's how the nature is. And I really talk about much of the people are suffering outside here. And to the real fact, me, I did it for a day, for 3 hours only. I had done all the process that kind of a man did it for a month. So you can just understand now what I mean. So you can now relate it. So to the real fact is, even you'll ever listen it from your own families there, and your father will ever tell you much of the things. Because when I talk about people from the far distance are the one who have chipped in to make sure that you are out. That is the real fact. And for me to make it happen,
I have only one thanks for you. I'm appreciating so much. If it was not you, Even I don't know if my father could do something for me to come out. So I'm appreciating so much. And when I was there, the only option that I was having was maybe underscore into gonna be coming for me. And I'm appreciating you come for
When
me,
you saw me, how did you feel, man?
my friend.
When your name was mentioned, how did they come? Because I sat in the prisons for like 2 hours. No, I reached there around 12:53. I was told, sit outside there, wait until 2 p.m. Then they will have finished supper. 2 p.m. They are eating supper. 2 p.m. And I was told that until 2 p.m. I sat there for like 1 hour. Then when I came in, I was told that now present your papers there, write your names and whatever and whatever. It was a process of 10 minutes. Then go photocopy, do this and then this. Then go sit there. Then when I sat there, I presented my papers. It was a queue. When I presented my papers, then they came out. They talked about go bring another photocopies. Then I got out. Then they told me that come sit there. Now I sat from 2:45 until 4:26. When now I was called to come and confirm if he is the one. And to the real fact, I was having your father, but I told him that you cannot do it because it is a terrible way of making sure that you are verifying the statements. To the real fact, guys, what we mean is we have made it happen, and the good thing is we are having him out.
Yeah.
And that is the best moment.
Thank you,
No,
my dad.
don't thank me. Thank the people who are here because they have pressurized, they have contributed for you to get out. And much of the people talk about, oh, this, how much of the shenanigans will ever come out? To the real fact is I always work simultaneously because when you are working with the government and you start talking about, oh, this is the person who was this way, this is the person who was this way, much of the people talk about, oh, this is A, B, C, D. You understand it. And to the real fact of the time is we praise the living God, and the people have ever been praying, and it has just happened to be so califragistically good, and we have him outside there. The good thing is good. A little bit of some scratching, and to the every kind of the part to make sure that you're gonna be, that's the life. And whenever you go there and to come out, much of the people talk about that is life. Now you are a man.
Yeah. But
So for the real fact,
I'm from the grave. You have took me from the grave.
and we understand it, man. Yeah. And for the people who are gonna be talking about Mayani, that doesn't have a phone right now, and whoever want to access and get into him, you can just contact Gintu and I can just find him manually. Because right now he's now a manual guy because another case was being filed there. I don't have to talk more about that one because we're going to be making sure that everything going to be coming to the straight panel. So the phone is taken to the DCI. The way you told me that again to get my phone, I'm not having it because I went and I was told it's under investigation to the DCI. So even yesterday I went there, they could not give me. They told me that, oh, Gintu, no, it will not come out because it's still under investigation. To the real fact is, whoever wants to talk about Mayani and will just call me, then I can find him and you can just put your thoughts together. But the good thing is, if we're going to be talking about, oh, Mayani is out and you want to talk about right now, he's so broke the way he is, totally broke. And I don't know how you're going to be making sure that things are just happening, but I'm going to be supporting you to make sure that you are finding your way again. And you're going to be making sure that everything is performed very fantastic. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Huh? Exactly. Go inside there and see much of the food is there.
Thank you.
Get the food, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
here at my home, here, food is always democratizing.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
hello beautiful people,
Yeah,
welcome back to Underscore Gintu's channel. I'm appreciating so much for your support and also encourage Underscore Gintu to be on my side to make sure that I'm coming to Uraia.
Yeah, it's coming to the freedom area.
Coming to I have a freedom now. I'm appreciate. Even I'm lacking words.
We understand,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be making it happen. That's why I always tell you that you took part of me when I was in, and I have to take part of you when you are in. And that's why we talk about
Thank you, bro.
when you be so loyal to another person, the same person can be loyal to you once upon a time. And to the real fact, Let us have this kind of the freedom. Go eat, man. Yeah, there's food, a lot of food there, plenty of it. And you now select whatever you want to eat. Yeah. I think everything is prepared. Start with tea for breakfast, go lunch, and wait for the supper. Eh? Exactly. To the real fact, guys, a pleasure to everyone who has been locked here and kept in tune. And I respect much of the people who have been fantastically modified much of the things here. So we're going to be getting to the brim point of the G Castle to understand what's really happening to the G Castle, because I talked about we have democratized with the plaster, and we are already onto the plaster right today. And what are we lacking? What are we having? Support Gintu so we can just make it happen. When I tell you that the real G is the real G, and we make it happen. Much of the journey, much of the suffering, but I don't give up. Up to date, even I'm just getting him to go and eat. I have not even ate. To the real fact of the living God, I have not ate anything. To the real fantastic mode is I'm going to be getting now the food so I can just put onto my stomach from the morning, because when I was just being challenged, the prosecutor is no longer available. It took us so long there for us to wait for the prosecutor, and the prosecutor was online. We talked about it, he could just come one-on-one, but he was online. So I had to wait, and when I went outside to talk about, I'm going to be taking a little bit of tea. I was called that, hey, bro. I was treating very good a soldier there. And he was telling me, oh, bro, run. The man talk about the guy is here. Come and present yourself. And when I went there now, the session started. It took us for more long. And when I came out from there, it was rushing to the prison, because I was told when it reaches at around 5 p.m. you cannot go there and get their body outside. So I made sure that I'm just running like Safari Rally. And that kind of the road right today, it understand us and have understood us very completely. To everyone who's just cherishing, let's locked. Let's see the G Castle, how it's going on to the risk kind of the brim point. Fantastic. Let's go with it. We have cried terribly, but today we have made it happen. Let's go with it. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. We are back to the G Castle here to make sure that everything is so fantastic and tangling very good here. And we're going to be checking on whatever is just being handled here, at which kind of the pace rate, at which kind of the rate. And everything that we're going to be talking about is we have just done it. And for the people who have ever been into it, we are done, and we're going to be now struggling to make sure that other things, minor issues here, they're going to be settled with an immediate effect. And I see much of the welcoming from the G dogs here to make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So we have much of the people still getting to the brim point here to make sure that we are making it happen, and we have just made it happen. And still I'm going to be getting in so I can just show you where we are just moving to and where we are just heading to, because I talked about today going to be democratizing to have this kind of the session of the plastering, and I think much of the things are still conducted there. So it's in the evening right now here, because we have ever been trying to make it happen, because it's now I'm just coming out from the prisons there to make sure that I'm squamarizing my boy Mayani, to make sure that he's feeling so fantastic, and we have been praying. Everyone has been praying and making sure that we're gonna be having Mayani being released. Eventually it has come to the conclusion that Mayani is released officially, and the case gonna be handled outside here, as we're gonna be getting much of the things getting forward to this kind of the brim point. As I can just talk about a little bit of a second here, and we have the manholes today to this kind of the panel here. The manholes are still very fantastic, and they're so fresh right now here, and they have been formulated already to make sure that we are moving forward. So that this kind of the lean and to this kind of the area, it had no much of we can just talk about the manholes who are not representative here, as today they have been democratized here to make sure that everything is sealed permanently here. So even this kind of the road here, it's going to be backfilled to make sure that we are having a very secure panel of us to flow with the highway to the far end point of this kind of the area. So much of the things still are existing to make sure that we are continuing the leveling, as I can just see much of the soil heaped here. This kind of the soil going to be removed from this kind of the area and heaped to this kind of the side to make sure that we're going to be having a very flat panel from the far end there to this kind of the front yard of this kind of the G Castle here. So that will be the work that we're going to be democratizing, and I like about whatever is just being antagonized here and getting to the far brim point here. So and the remaining manhole, it's just to make sure that we are getting we can just call it a manhole how is it called, this one here? this kind of stuff to enclose it here. So yeah, we're gonna be having it onto this kind of the section to make sure that we are handling everything very, very fantastic to this kind of the point here. So it's only just like a window that we're gonna be placing here to make sure that we are having a very secure panel from much of the people not to get hinged onto this kind of the septic tank onto that kind of an area. So you're going to be having a very good developed door that we're going to be handling and getting everything very, very fantastic onto this kind of deposition here. So I'm going to be getting in so they can just check what's really framing up or what's really coming up right now here, as we're going to be sealing this kind of the panel so softly here. So yeah, I can just see we have already like how many bags here. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bags by now there. And let me see to this kind of the store. Or we have only 13 bags of cement that are still remaining. And we have started with we can call it the bedroom site to make sure that we are just continuing with this kind of the work of the plaster, which is right now getting very fantastic forward here. So as I can just get to this kind of the point here to see how everything is just running, you can now see it's now plastered. I think it's just using a handlebar to make sure that it's just scrubbing all the area. And what I was just ever meaning is look at the further points there. So we are having the plaster reaching to that kind of a sector where those kind of the timbers ever flattened onto the wall. So it means that it's gonna be, it cannot come down. So it has got that kind of a place, and it's more than 10 feet up. And you can now see where everything is just rounding very fantastic here. So the only thing that's just remaining is just the cobra for the windows here to make sure that everything is sealed permanently here. So that is bedroom number 3. It's just having such kind of the way forward. So as I'm gonna get into the first, to the third, to the fourth bedroom here. How are you, man?
Good.
Everything is fantastic?
Well,
Oh, this area is for the door, eh?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be making sure that this is so fantastic. The doors we're gonna be making sure they're gonna be coming for aluminium doors.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, today you have a mat from here.
Exactly.
Today you are, and that's why today. Where have you been, man?
You know, I've been around inside here.
Inside where? No, for a long period of time.
Oh.
Called Dan Trejo. Is the Dan Trejo you're ever talking about? How are you, man? Everything is good?
Yeah.
And we are democratizing to make it happen.
Exactly.
So as everything is just continuing here, how is the work now?
The work here has been good.
And why haven't you started with the window? Why haven't you started with the window?
To me, I started with that wall which are very
Stretched.
yeah.
So you can just go.
Yeah, even tomorrow if I resume, I'm gonna start with a small path going to a big.
Or a bigger place. So you have decided to use to start with bedrooms.
Yeah.
So we can just make sure that the sitting room has much of the things to do there.
Exactly.
That's the real point. So how is the life right now?
Life is very good.
How have you seen between where you are and here?
There is a much bit difference, but that is not.
That's normal. Yeah. We have a madam here. Come and say something.
Hi,
Who are you telling hi? Maybe you know them. How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is good? What's your name?
I'm Rob.
I like when I see beautiful ladies working and getting their own money. Wow, I like it. For the first time I'm seeing, for a long period of time, not the first time, for the long period of time, I'm checking much of the lady for the first time over a long time working here at the G Castle here. So how do you feel coming here?
I'm okay.
Is it like the other places or it's a little bit unique?
A little bit unique.
A little bit unique. So everything we have been catered for?
Yes.
Yeah, don't fear. Even if I'm no longer available, everything is just treated. Eh? So you have children?
I have a kid.
You have a child or a kid?
One child.
One child. Oh, our lovely boy or a lady?
A boy.
A boy. By the name?
Mark Finley.
Mark
Finley.
Hey.
Germany name.
Mark Finley.
Yes.
Mark Finley. Hey, Akia Mungu. Okay, kudos and respect to your work. High five. High five.
Okay.
Inda. Fantastic. Work. Make it happen, eh? Yeah, that's the fantastic mood here. Ah, you are here. How are you, Kimberly?
Fine.
Everything is good?
Yes.
You are from school?
Yeah.
Hey, you look characteristically very fantastic. And the dog is here and is uniting with you. Okay, greet the dog first and we go forward. How is the dog? You want to greet the dog? Haya, twende. Exactly. Guys, we are making it happen here and everything is so fantastic because we have already... takunulia yogurt, eh? Haya. So we are making things to have a change here, and that is the best method for us to do because it has been long time. I had to update you after getting out of the prisons there, of getting Mayani out because the freedom is what we ever intend to have here. And if we have the freedom, that's the best way for us to move forward and make sure that we are moving in a very hospital way forward here. So, and to this kind of the area here, I have a gentleman inside there making sure that everything is characteristically good. So he is making sure that he's hitting the stone and making sure that they're gonna be breaking it into panel. So itavunjika, utaichoma kesho. Achana nayo basi, kesho uchome ama uweke position yenye utachoma hii zote zitachomwa. So he's talking about you're gonna be burning them first, as making sure that you're gonna be making sure that you're gonna be breaking very easily, because the stones that are located here, you can just see he's just trying to hit, but things are not even working properly. It's not like a normal stone that you can even hit it once and you can just get it breaking very easily. But the real fact that we're gonna be doing is to make sure that we are doing things to come out very fantastic, because we have found a little bit of the stones inside there and we're going to be dealing with them simultaneously with an immediate effect to make sure that everything is squamarized very easily from this position we are. So guys, I'm just turning around east, west and south here to make sure that we are ever recovering, to make sure that everything is characteristically good. And to the real fact of the time is I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a story how it was. I've just oriented you back to make sure that we are having everything unto the G Castle handled properly, as I'm just waiting for Mayani to go and just wash himself, wash the clothes there and make sure that he's just arriving unto the G Castle here, as we're going to be having a little bit of a chit chat and also framing him on how he should be acting and reacting to much of the things. So guys, for the fact we have ever known that things are not going properly the way we ever arranged them. Why am I saying so? It's because of we have seen the real mode, and to the real fact of the time we have seen it that it's not everybody will ever be supportive. And even imagine to the family, it's only the young boy that we went with yesterday but one, when we went to the court there to hear for the first hearing. And today, when I ever decide, guys, I'm telling you this as a fact, when I plan that tomorrow at what time are we getting out, or at what time are going to be getting you somewhere and to the stage so as we can go wherever we have just planned it. When I reach there, you are no longer available. I give you only 5 minutes. If you will not democratize, because even I call you, then you tell me that, oh, I don't know what, I'm coming, wait me. I don't have that kind of the time. When we plan that we're going to be making it, and we have planned it prior from that kind of the journey, I don't have any kind of the hesitation talk about, oh, I'm going to be waiting for you. But today we never had much of the work to do, because even if we take much of the people and talk about we're going to be getting there, they will not help us with anything. The real fact is they were just needing much of the person who was guaranteed and the means of transport. If it could be better, I could just take myself and the father to Mayani, but we had to make sure that we have a security panel. So that whenever we're going to be talking about this has happened this way, we're going to be having another thing to happen that way. So even security personnel, talk about the security of the road, talk about you cannot be allowed to have 3 people and more and to one of the motorbike here. So I had to take much of 2 motorbikes so as one can just drive the father to talk about Mayani, and the other one will just take me from this kind of the panel. And also, I always cherish, much of the boys do come and talk about, oh, Gintu are going to be part of the program. I'm going to be getting you there because your problem going to be our problem. That is the little fact I could just talk about. So much of the people have been consolidating and talking about prayers to Mayani, and eventually has just come out. It's a pleasure and a very fantastic way of us to get forward. And I could just pleadly talk about we have made it happen, because a little bit we're going to be having another case that was filed there to make sure that we are just squambalizing with it, and we're going to be getting forward. To the living God, we know that we are getting a very big fight, because it's just a little bit of a moment Gintu was in, and a little bit over a week again Mayani is in. It means that we have ever been targeted. We have a very big jealousy team that is just behind all the postquams, and whenever we want to be making sure that we're ever making it happen, it's going to be so fantastic for us to move forward with that kind of the optimum pressure that we are ever passing through. And to the much of the people, Mayani going to be arriving right now here. We have this kind of the talks from ABCD talks here, and we're going to be making sure that we're ever knowing where we are just heading to, where are we getting from, and where are we going to be making sure that everything is coming to you. For the people who are ever getting to this kind of the point we're going to be talking about, we're out of much of the shenanigans, and to the real pleading time is we are ever getting forward and to make sure that we are moving with a team which is one-on-one, because we are ever supporting and much of the people are ever democratizing. I understand much of the people are talking about, oh, it's going to be this way, it's going to be that way, but the real fact of the time is we're going to be making sure that everything is califragistically good and maintained with a lot of care. So to the fact of the time, I'm going to be ending up this kind of the video to talk about. Thank you very much, everyone has been looked and tuned in to make sure that we are supporting each other to make it happen. This is a califragistically good and well felt that we are ever making it happen with the team. Everyone is being supportive. Kudos and respect to you, because we're going to be making it happen from this kind of the panel. The real G, the real point, the real well, point taken. Let's take it to the bank.